The most valuable finite resource in the world is time. Something I used to be really bad at that I gathered along the way is time management. But now I like to think it's a superpower of mine. I do quite a bit during the day, left and right. It's not like I feel like I'm overburdening myself, but I accomplish quite a bit. I work as an engineer day to day, and I am taking classes at the same time, and I prioritize my health. I have a bunch of goals I want to hit. I want to practice my hobbies. I want to socialize. There's a lot that needs to get done. And with all that being said, I also want adequate time to rest and regaining an adequate amount of cognitive power. It's rather simple, really. Time and focus come together to generate results. And the better you use your time, the more you amplify your focus, the better the results. There are a lot of actionable steps we can take to capitalize on time. So let's dive into that. Let's talk about the ways I go about maximizing my usage of time. So the first key here is prioritization. This goes a very long way. So list out your broad priorities. For example, we'll take mine. I've got health as one, work, my dog, my social life, and storytelling. So we've established a baseline. Break those down. We can break it down to fitness, physical goals, health, rocket engineering, modeling, YouTubing, learning, new hobbies and classes and stuff, spending time with my dog, spending time with my friends and family, spending time networking, and spending time storytelling, spending time writing. These are your core values, and these are the things that make you whole. Unless they're fundamentally bad for you, you should look to incorporate these into your routine. The main reason being, if something makes you whole and it's inherently good for you, or it's an ambition you want to pursue, you should chase it. You should dedicate time to doing it because it'll fulfill you. You want to maximize your results and you want to maximize your focus. The best way to maximize your focus here is to really do things you care about. So now, the second thing here is incorporation of these things that you prioritized. Develop a routine, especially one that encompasses all of these. For example, my job as a rocket engineer involves a lot of people and regular interaction and networking. It's one of the reasons I picked the field as a whole. There's a lot of collaboration, and I'm an extrovert, and I really do value social interaction, networking, and being around people. Every day I do my job, I spend time with my dog, I train, I eat foods to further my goals, and I work on personal projects like YouTube or learning, or recently I just started painting for fun. A thing to note here is that if you don't take control of your time, someone else will take control of it for you. Remember, you're in charge of you. You do the things that you want to do. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of the freedom that it brings you to take control of your day. Now, the third thing here with these things that you prioritized is to set goals. Set goals in each of these categories. Leverage on your time here is super important. Find ways to maximize the leverage on your time. A good way to do that is by setting goals that fall into the realm of your priorities. For me, hiking mountains is a very big, important one. It's something I put a lot of priority into. Normally, whenever I go to hike a 14er, one of Colorado's 14ers, I do a lot of prep ahead of time. I study the trail map. I envision how long it'll take me to do said hike. And normally I like to do it around sunrise because it's absolutely gorgeous. There's a lot of time for you to reflect, and you're usually off the mountain by noon, and you have plenty of time to do other things when you get back. I also really like doing adventure sports as well. One of the reasons I do train as hard as I do is so that I can continue to push myself and really push the boundaries of what I think I'm capable of. So a good way to really put that into practice is by doing adventure sports. I also set goals within my career. I have a lot of career ambition. There are certain levels I want to get to within my field. There's a very large amount of technical depth I want to get into as well. And then lastly, my biggest goal here within these things that I prioritized is spending more time with the people I value, or my dog that I value. This is a gift. Being able to spend time with people, being able to carve out time to spend with people that you care about, that is a gift. And it's very important that you get the most value out of it, Your relationships really carry you. My relationships really carry me. They do uplift me, and I do really look forward to spending time with my friends, and I get a lot of satisfaction from it. Now, this goes into the concept of deep work. It's the amount of time that you can sit down and really just zone in and just do a bunch of work without pulling focus away. When you're going in on something, you're gonna go in on something. You're gonna reach this flow state, and you're just gonna keep on diving in and in and in. And the nice thing here is that once you reach your flow state, you're really just cruising. When your attention is diverted in a situation like that, it is hard to get back into focus. So find ways to maximize your deep work. Focus down on particular tasks and really avoid context switching. This is an easy trap to fall into because, everyone multitasks. I'm guilty of it too, but it's actually incredibly inefficient. The most efficient way, instead of switching contexts, is to make sure that you're focusing down on one thing at a time. Now, if you have a lot going on, split it up into tasks and dive into each individual task at a time. Assess what positively helps you with your focus. And the last thing here is to use tools to make yourself more efficient. Capitalizing on time doesn't necessarily mean making your life more difficult for yourself. It means being more effective in the way your time is being used, and using that time in regimented ways that you'd like to. The way I get the most value here is by having a system that I stick to. And I don't really divert from the system. I have a set time that I go to the gym. I have a set time that I go to work and come back from work. I have set times blocked off when I'm going to work on personal projects or, maybe put in a little overtime at work. I have set times to socialize with people, so on and so forth. Really just find a system that works for you and capitalize on it. You know what time looks like for you, and you know what focus looks like for you. One system that I find incredibly valuable is really just the idea of journaling down tasks and crossing them off as you go about your day. There's a bit of a satisfaction aspect to that, for sure, especially seeing that you cross things off on your list of things to do. And in that same vein, organize your system in a way that really makes it easy for you to follow, makes it easy for you to stick to it. You won't diverge too hard from it. And another thing that goes hand in hand with all this, you should eat healthy. Cognitive function goes a long way, and fitness helps a lot here too. When you sharpen the body, you sharpen your mind. Health and fitness should be a priority in everyone's lifestyle. We're meant to move, and our brains will thank us for it. And the last thing is maybe a little bit of a life hack, and you can disregard this one completely, but it's something that I find incredibly useful. Caffeine helps if you are a caffeine drinker. Now, I'm not saying go super hard on it. Don't get bags of caffeine and measure out the amount of powder you're doing on a milligram scale or anything like that. But kickstarting your morning with a cup of coffee, it's a pretty effective tool. You can do a lot in just a month or even a year. And make sure you're doing it to shoot for the stars and really capitalize on time as a resource. Developing a system, prioritizing your time, and maximizing your focus so that you can put a lot of work into something, into these goals that you want to accomplish, and to capitalize on the most valuable resource in the world can really help you get to the stars. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Sorry I've slowed down a little bit on the uploads, but a lot of work hours going on, coursework, and then crossing off my goals that I had initially had for the year. It's been a hectic year. The good news is, however, I've been filming a lot of B-roll content in the time that I haven't been uploading videos, so it's not like I completely took the time off. But yeah, as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks, everyone.